Hey everyone, ever feel overwhelmed when you have to make a big decision? Or even a small one with lots of options? Whether it's choosing a new phone, picking a career path, or deciding on your next project, we're constantly faced with alternatives. Today, we're going to break down how to evaluate these alternatives like a pro, so you can make choices with more confidence and clarity. This isn't about complex formulas, but a straightforward way of thinking. The very first step, and arguably the most crucial, is to clearly define your objective. What problem are you actually trying to solve? What do you want to achieve? For example, instead of just saying I need a new car, be specific. I need a fuel-efficient car for my daily city commute, with enough space for groceries and a budget under $15,000. A clear goal acts as your North Star, guiding your entire evaluation process. Without it, you might choose something that looks good but doesn't actually meet your real needs. Once your goal is clear, it's time to identify your potential alternatives. Don't filter too much at this stage. Brainstorm. Do your research. List out all the viable options that come to mind or that you discover. Sometimes the best option isn't the most obvious one. You might discover alternatives you hadn't even considered initially if you cast a wide net. Now this is where the pro part really comes in. You need to establish your evaluation criteria. What factors are most important to you in achieving your specific goal? Sticking with our car example, criteria might be purchase price, fuel economy, safety rating, maintenance cost, reliability, and maybe cargo space or specific features. Try to distinguish between must-haves, the non-negotiables, and nice-to-haves, the bonuses. Writing these down is incredibly helpful. With your alternatives and criteria in hand, it's time for due diligence. Gather information and compare. For each alternative, find out how it stacks up against each of your criteria. How does car A score on fuel economy versus car B? What's the safety rating of car C compared to car D? You can even create a simple table or a list to visually compare them side by side. This helps to objectify the process and makes it easier to see strengths and weaknesses. Next, consider the pros, cons, and trade-offs. No option is usually perfect. Each will have its advantages and disadvantages. This is where you weigh them. Option X might be cheaper but less reliable. Option Y might be more expensive but ticks all your must-have boxes and several nice-to-haves. What are you willing to compromise on? And what's non-negotiable based on your criteria? Think about long-term implications too, not just immediate benefits. A slightly more expensive option now might save you money or hassle in the long run. Finally, after this structured evaluation, it's time to make the decision. Trust your process. You've done the work. Analyze the options against what matters to you. Don't fall into analysis paralysis, where you overthink it indefinitely and never make a choice. A well-reasoned decision, even if not 100% perfect in hindsight, is usually better than no decision at all, or a decision made purely on gut feeling without any structure. So, to recap, define your goal clearly, identify your options, set your evaluation criteria, gather information and compare, weigh the pros, cons, and trade-offs, and then make your decision. It sounds simple, and it is, but systematically applying these steps can transform your decision-making. Practice this framework with both small and big decisions, and you'll find yourself evaluating alternatives more effectively and confidently, just like a pro. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you make your next big choice.